What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin It podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Just showing off the best device that's in existence, the best handheld that's in existence behind me, especially now that, cloud gaming is top king. So now that this thing can play cloud games, all of the cloud games, it is now better than the Switch 2 and the Xbox Rogue Ally X, YZ, uh, 1, 2, 3, and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Shouts out to my peoples in the comments.
I was gonna say something, but I just don't want to start with that entire. I don't even want to start with that fan base. I don't even want to start with that fan base.
I love them. I love them. They just as ignorant as they want to be.
So,
I love them.
so you're telling me Sony just finally got around to doing the thing I said they should have done 2 years ago?
Yeah, and it was enough for people to say, you know what? You know what? I'm so thankful that this happened. I'm going to go buy one right now. Or you are the reason why this update caused me to dust off my PlayStation portal. Thank you. Like, really? Like, okay. All right, sure. Sure. They just only took it out of beta. And so now you can play all your cloud games with an asterisk next to it. But we don't know what the asterisk is. Oh, but remember, it's over 2,000 games now. And now go check that library and tell me how many you're gonna play. Because I saw the library, it's
How
about 10
many?
games
How many aren't
worthwhile.
somewhere else?
But yeah, shouts out to my Sony ponies. I'm right there with you. I ride with you. You know.
Oh boy.
Right on. No.
Oh boy. All right, Andre, man, how you doing, dude?
I'm good. I am good. And I learned that the word sarcast is the noun for sarcasm.
Really?
Yeah.
More.
Look, I looked it up because I was bored. I said, we'll do it. I'm gonna put it in there. We gonna go with that.
All right, people, you heard it here first.
I'm gonna
Sarcasm.
try to bring that
The
word
more
back.
you know.
Yeah, the more you know. All right, so before we get into our continuation from our discussion from last week, what has everybody been playing? I will start first because Zelda has dropped, so y'all know what that means.
You know what time it is.
Yep. Been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I was telling Jack before, I was waiting for my usual Omega Force issues, and they haven't happened yet. So when I went back and looked, when I started the game, I'm like, oh, this ain't Omega Force. This is some studio called AAA. Ironic that they call themselves AAA Game Studio, but hey, whatever.
Hey.
But hey, I have not had. I will be the first one to tell everybody I have not had any issues so far with this game, like I normally do. Like I was my feelings kind of hurt a little bit because I was expecting a couple dips to happen, and they ain't happened.
It got them nostalgic Bethesda glitches.
Yeah, the nostalgic, like IGN said, the nostalgic glitches. Like I can't believe they actually said that and
drugs
said it
were
with
you on at that moment?
and said it with a straight face.
It's IGN. What do you expect?
Yeah, but yeah, I've been enjoying that.
IGN without ignorance.
Yeah. I've been enjoying Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I've loved the stuff fleshing out the story of what happened from Zelda's point of view when she was trapped back 10,000 plus years to the beginning of Hyrule. I think that's actually pretty good. The sync strikes are where it's at. If you follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky, y'all seen the vids I've been putting up. Also, there will be a boss battles vid Tuesday. Just so you know. There will be a boss battles vid Tuesday. But yeah, I've been playing that Tales of Exilia as well, South of Midnight, and I gotta get back into Shinobi and finish that. I've been putting that off for too long. I just need to go on and finish it, then just go back and do all the side quests, get all the rest of the stuff later.
Zelda claimed your life.
As it always does. You know what's gonna claim my life December 4th?
Oh yeah, that's right. Samus is right there. She just waiting in the wings, tapping her heel right there.
Her and Lil Mac looking at me like I'm crazy.
Her release date came up.
I can't wait to blow this planet up. I'm gonna
and
blow the
ride up. Look,
high.
I'm going. I guarantee she has a riding sequence on that motorcycle as the place is gonna blow. I guarantee it.
I do. You gotta have it so she can do that Curious Slide one more time.
She gonna pull off the Halo
The
evacuation sequence where she's gonna launch off of a ramp right into her ship.
But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Andre, what about you, man? What you been playing?
I've been playing Dispatch because that is hilarious. Look, I've got to play this thing several times because the story beats are funny as hell.
Okay, cool.
I can't say any more than that. Like if you haven't played it, it's funny. But Invisigirl over Blonde Blazer. Putting that out there.
I'm not even gonna touch that. I ain't gonna touch that.
It sounds weird until you play it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, Jack, what about you, man? You're muted.
You're muted, man.
This damn thing. Tell me what to do. So I'm playing ZA still. So I've already finished the game, but now I'm in a post game because I want to. I'm still like a fan for the original 151. So I'm trying to get Venusaur, Bulbasaur, and Charizard. Not Venusaur, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard in my lineup. I already got Charizard, but now I got to go find the other two, which isn't hard to do in the post game. So I've been playing that just to kind of like complete that in full. I was playing Age of Imprisonment, and then my Switch got hijacked by my children. So I have not had an opportunity to play that. So I'm actually going to be playing that while we're on the pod today after I finish this side mission in ZA. But other than that, playing Nightclub Simulator on VR with the kids. So yeah, my kids have been begging for what is it called? It's just say it's Bar Fighter Simulator. It was a Bar Fighter Simulator. But then I was like, okay, charging way too much for the game, like stupid price for the game. But I was like, hey, look, Nightclub Simulator, same freaking thing. The only difference is you're in a nightclub. So got the game. My kids strategized on how they was gonna beat people up in the club. And yeah, very effective. A lot of bottle busting. It's a lot of drop kicking people across the dance floor in the VIP. It's all good.
Family bonding over jumping people in VR.
Hey, if it worked, it's a workout. Everybody was sweating afterwards. I think it served its purpose.
I say everybody got to keep a wide distance.
Oh, for
just
sure.
To be safe.
For sure. Like, especially with my oldest, I told him, I said, you can't stand anywhere near a TV after you broke your mom's TV. Like, that's why VR is banned in her house, because he tore up her TV. I was like, yeah, we're not doing that around here. You make sure you put them straps on your arm. We ain't gonna have no Wii moments.
See, that's something that they got to put back in the. They got to put back in the rotation is that Wii warning.
Right. Oh yeah, the warning. Yeah, it's on Nintendo Sports. Like it's on the Switch Sports,
yeah,
but it ain't on nothing else.
It ain't on nothing else.
Put that back in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
so
need to do that.
That's what we've been playing. Like I told Jay before we got on, I'm dreading the rest of this month. I think I'm gonna have to be a responsible adult and do a lot of pushing. As much as I want to play Air Riders, that might have to wait. Inazuma 11 comes out next week. I pray level 5 thanks of a sale because I did not expect that game to be $70 out the gate. And that's a Switch game. It's not a Switch 2 game. It's a Switch game. And then there's an upgrade to the Switch 2 version for an extra $2. But yeah, I might have to hold off on that. And then I already said Metro was getting pushed next year. But then we run into Final Fantasy, which is what I want to get come in January. So at some point, I got to figure out how to get all these freaking games to play them. But I am at least finishing them, though. I am finishing them. I've wiped out ZA. I've beaten Bonanza. I've beaten Repack 2. I've beaten Sea of Stars. So I ain't purchasing them not to beat them. Like the only game I haven't beat really is Star Wars Outlaws. And for whatever reason, it's just not grabbing me like at all. I'm forcing my way through it, and I think it's because I think so far, as much as I played it, and it hasn't been much. Everything I've done is stealth, and I'm like, I don't like sneaking around all the time. Let me just go through and just blast. But they said
Yeah.
they did fix, because before the missions you had to sneak around, because if you got caught, it was mission over. But now if you do get caught, you can still run around and still blast people up. But yeah, I some of that stuff just doesn't tickle my fancy. So that one might not get finished, but everything else has been getting finished. So my purchases have been warranted.
Okay, cool. I mean, because I still got a little bit more before I'm done with Bonanza. I've been taking my time with Bonanza too, so I gotta. My problem is I get stuff if I'm having a good time, I don't want to rush through it. If I'm
Exactly.
having
Yeah.
a good time, so
Mhm.
and I think that's the problem that I'm having with some of these games now is just basically like some of them are really good, and I'm having a good time, and I don't want to rush it.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I do need to. I know I need to finish. Shinobi's a easy one to finish. I just gotta
That's
sit
another
down
one.
and do it. I just
Yeah.
gotta sit down and do it. So and I can because that game's only like 10 hours, and I think I'm halfway through the map anyway, as is. The only thing is I could just blast through the story, and then I'll go back and unlock the rest of the stuff because you can't unlock everything until you get certain power
Yeah.
ups from certain chapters. So I think what I'm gonna do is stop trying to do that and just go and blast through the story and then just come back and
Yeah. Yeah.
do all the zones and all that other stuff, all the stuff that making people mad.
Yeah.
Man, this game hard. I'm like, bro, y'all gonna last it in the 80s and 90s, bro. That's pretty much
Nope,
all you got.
not at all.
That's
Not
all
even
you got.
close.
You had to beat it because mom and dad was not buying another one.
No.
You
Better
ran out of
thug it out.
lives. You just had to start that whole game over.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom. Yeah,
Ugh.
Contra from 1 through Alien Wars, bro. You ain't getting nothing else. You better beat that, and you better play with your little brother. You better play with. I want to hear that. You better play with your little brother.
I would take it. I would take it. I'd say it was 1 through hardcore. Was it hardcore or no?
The
Hardcore
one
was
that
the one
came,
that sucked. The one that
yeah,
came on Genesis.
yeah, that was hardcore. That was the one. That's why I said it's like through Alien Wars because like
They
most
used that
people,
name twice.
yeah, they did.
Oh,
And remember when they brought it back? When they brought it back in 2012 or 2013 with the anime one, the anime looking one, but didn't have Lance and oh boy in it. They just had some random anime characters in it. Yeah.
Mm.
Made the game deliberately have issues with it to claim it was hard. Like, bro, y'all just made a broken game.
Hey, you can't tell them that.
There was back in the day, games did have issues, but that's also when people were still learning to make games. You
Mhm.
didn't have as many dedicated engines, and you had to most games you had to build your engine from scratch.
Yeah. And if you
So
didn't know how to do it, you just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It is what it is.
that's why you got a game like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde that had 2 different gameplay loops that both screwed each other up.
Basically. Yeah. So the good old days. So as we was talking about last week, and I already started with it. It was the whole, you have to play with your little brother because you ain't getting more than 2 games. You're getting one for your birthday, and if your birthday too close to Christmas, you're not getting another.
Thank you for reminding me. The Christmas baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew what it was. You knew what it was. You were getting one game. You better make sure it's one you want.
Yeah, exactly. Because ain't another one, and you might not see another one for a while.
Yeah.
No, see, I saved up money for stuff I really wanted to get. So
yeah, that's when you had to do all
learn to gift yourself.
Yeah, gift yourself.
For
you had to do the odd jobs, the mowing yards, the cleaning up, all that stuff. Try to get $10 at a time. Try to get something. That game was coming out. But back then, though, it wasn't that many games releasing either. Like it ain't like it is now. Like we were talking about this before the podcast started. There are like 6 games coming out the first week of December. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think something's a little bit different though. It's not that we didn't have many games coming out. Is that the games that were the most interesting, which were very few and far in between, were the only ones that really got talked about. Because when I look back at things, we had a lot more games than I knew were ever coming out. They were
But
just
they were spaced out too. They weren't all ganged up on each other either. Like you didn't get unless it was like Christmas. I'd say Christmas was the only time that really was.
Yeah,
Other
that's
than
yeah, you
that,
understandable.
see like Christmas and like early January, you'd get like lumps of games
yeah.
from
Mhm.
But it
companies.
wasn't to the level it is now though. It was nowhere near the level of this. Like this is like probably the most ridiculous I've seen in the last like probably say 6 years. That's including the pandemic
Oh
Yeah.
because
yeah, it's definitely way worse now. But I'm just
yeah,
saying, back then we did have more games. It's just that we didn't know about them because a lot of them didn't get the coverage.
yeah,
Yeah, that too.
yeah. And it wasn't like we had like IGN and all that. So
Good.
we had to actually read the magazines.
Yeah,
Yeah, the magazines are either word of mouth
Yeah,
because I mean,
you had to.
I think a lot of my games that we found they were in the CVS bin,
yeah.
and Grandma just picked them up randomly and was like, "Oh, this look cool," and handed it to you. Like, "Oh, this." Fast forward, this was a classic. Like you picked up
Yeah.
out of a CVS or Walgreens bin.
Or you if you were lucky enough to live near an arcade, they'll probably have some advertisements and promotions.
Yeah,
If you live near an arcade, um,
If they even had them.
yeah, yeah, because sometimes they did. Like I remember seeing stuff for Street Fighter and Sonic and especially when Killer Instinct dropped in '94. Bro, the arcade was
Oh yeah.
it was brimming. That one is Samurai Showdown. Because the thing I liked about Samurai Showdown was they basically took the Dragon Ball opening thing where the waves crashing against the rocks and they just put stuck Hamaru in front of it. I'm like,
hmm
ain't
one
this
thing.
from Dragon Ball? Like, yeah.
One thing I will say though, like growing up then too, and I was always curious about this. Like arcades were always like your shmups, your beat 'em ups, as well as like your fighters or possibly racers too. But like the standard games like a Sonic or anything else was like for the grocery stores whenever they finally start
Mhm.
putting those up to break your damn neck as a child. But
Yep.
it was always like but it was always like reserved there, and I'm always been curious like why didn't they just put those in arcade as well with the controllers, even though most of those games I know were released first on arcade and then later on console. But for the most part, if I have a game and I know arcades are somewhat still booming at that point in time, I'm putting my Sonic in there with the Sega controller so people can have their eyes on it.
Well, the one that I went to had a little kiosk at the side
Right.
for that, but everybody didn't. It just depends on how big your arcade was.
Yeah.
Because some arcades were like real small, some of them were medium size. Like if it was a nice size arcade, you could have that because some of them did have that, but like it was very few and far in between. I mean, the only one that I know that got something like that at the arcade that I used to go to when I was a kid, I remember it happened for a game called Pit Fighter,
Okay.
and it
Oh yeah, I
happened
remember Pit
for
Fighter.
and it happened for Mortal Kombat when it
hmm
came to Sega, not the one for um Super NES when it came to Sega, and they had one for uh mm, was it Golden Axe? I want to say it was Golden Axe. I remember seeing one for. But other
Okay.
than that, like
Mhm.
it just depended on how big your arcade was.
Right.
Because I remember going to an arcade that that arcade was not big at all. Like it that thing had to be like the size of a closet. It
Yeah.
had like they had like six boxes, but it had the stuff everybody wanted. They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade, the arcade game. They
hmm
had Street Fighter. Matter of fact, they had two Street Fighter ones. They had one for Championship Edition. They had one for the regular one,
Right.
which made no sense to me. Oh, and it had X Men,
Yeah.
and the X
Which was
Men one
always
took up.
there.
Yeah, the X Men took the most spaces. It was six, so it was the biggest one.
Yeah, I'm about saying
So,
if you had the Simpsons or even NBA Jam, it was the four
yep,
count. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like even looking at it now, yeah. So Sertan, you're correct. Like even with rentals, even that in itself, I still feel like was a better situation than what we currently have now. Like a
yeah,
demo's cool, But if I can just go and rent a game, because that's the one thing I was talking to my kid's mom about. She was like, "Well, I paid for Game Pass, but they don't really play nothing in here." And I said, "It's the problem of having too many options.
Yeah.
Like if you put a gang of options in front of people, it's gonna be almost impossible for them to choose. I mean, look at the Cheesecake Factory. Like their menus are like 500 pages long. It's hard to choose what you want unless you have a go-to. So, even though the
I
rental
can't believe you
stores
take somebody to the Cheesecake Factory, man. How dare you?
Look, if I hear somebody say that with how expensive Cheesecake Factory is, I am punching them in the throat.
Hey, I'm low vibrational.
You're low vibrational. Taking somebody to
Listen. If I hear somebody say Cheesecake Factory, how dare you? Right in the throat. That's it. Game over. We done. Game
ridiculous. I can't stand people. But anyway, but yeah, even with the rental stores, I mean, yeah, they had options, but it was still one of those things of you knew what you were going there to get, and it was rare if you saw something else that would like tickle your fancy. But or even if the newest hottest thing was in there, if you didn't get in there when they first dropped it, you weren't getting it anyway because they only had a few copies. And then on top of that, the people wouldn't bringing them back on time anyway.
They really weren't. They really weren't.
So that's one of my things. And then even when we talk about I think who was it? Aries was saying they were surprised that they haven't come back. I've seen 3 attempts. One is successful as of right now in Orlando. They have an Ultimate Arcade, and they exchange those arcades out quite often. So like every time we go in there, which isn't like on a consistent basis, we'll go like every couple of months, and you'll see a different arcade machine in there that will replace another one, or they'll bring some more over from Japan, but they'll always like keep the classics there, right? So you'll always have like MK 1 through 3 there. You'll always have Centipede. You'll always have Dig Dug, but they will have like the big driving ones. They always have Mario Kart there, and then they'll definitely have one that you can tell is custom because it'll be a fighter machine, but then they'll always have a way to switch the games out. So like last time we went, Mortal Kombat 1 was in there, and then they were easily able to just kind of swap it out. So I think they kind of have like a custom one that's just sitting there. But I know one for sure that just failed completely, but I thought it was an amazing idea. They had it in the mall, and they had like PCs on this side, and then they had consoles on the other side. And essentially you would just go in there and pay for a time slot. They already had everything downloaded. You just pick what you wanted to play. And then also they had a section for those that wanted to do trading cards with like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. So they tried to like incorporate everybody. And especially for those that couldn't afford PCs, it was like, hey, look, we already got Fortnite on here. We already got like all the hot PC games on here. Just sit down and just game so you can enjoy it how it was meant to be enjoyed. We've already done all the settings for you. But they had to shut down because the mall's rent is ridiculous. And if you don't have people coming in there on a consistent basis, then yeah, you're bound to fail. So
also, I kind of think it depends on what your idea for it would be, because I remember my nephew was telling me when they used to take hops to Japan, he was like, man, they arcades are off the chain because it's like other stuff in there. It's not just you people going in there for other stuff. It's like he was telling me about one. It was like 5 floors. He was like, yeah, 3 of the floors had arcades in it, but one floor was a restaurant. The other floor was like a roller rink.
Yeah.
Like there was other stuff in there. So it's one of those situations where I think like, and plus like over here, because we live in the States, I just don't think it'll be profitable just because just how people are.
Yeah.
It's just how people are. It's not one of those situations where it could be very optimal for, that to happen now, especially now with the way people like to talk.
Back then, you wouldn't be talking like that because you'd be picking your teeth up.
Yep. You don't know who's having a bad. Because some people just come in to some people just come to the arcade just to relax. And you sit up here popping off at the lip, and they just trying to decompress from the day because they already had a messed up day, bruh. Back then, people threw hands.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't just throw hands; they threw bricks.
Yeah, anything that they get their hands on. So it's one of them situations. Like I as much as I would love for it to come back, it would have to take a unique idea for it to for it to make it work and be successful. But yeah, doing it in a mall ain't.
No,
That's not as
cannot.
sustainable now.
No.
Not nowadays.
It was.
So what happened to Sears?
Yeah.
You can. There's a way to do arcades that would be successful. Like if you want to do a classic arcade style, make it more like because there's a place in Rhode Island that also has a location in Massachusetts, where you basically go in like it's like a blend of an arcade / restaurant.
Okay.
So you go in, you pay one fee to go in and play all the games. Like you can just play whatever game you want to.
Yeah.
Then you can order like your pizza, your meal stuff, and your liquor. And alcohol is mostly for adults. They do have like every 3 or 4 months they have like a family thing where you can bring in your kids for the day and you just pay the fee for everybody, and they just don't do alcohol during that time period. But they cover most stuff like that. So it's doable. It just depends on if you have a plan to do it.
Yeah, and you have to execute it properly. So
Yeah,
and you probably need it, and you would need a building because, like I said, the mall situation in the States just ain't good right now.
No.
Yeah,
And what you
malls
described
are charging way too much.
Yeah. And what you describe is essentially like Dave and Buster's, but their game selection is trash.
Oh, Dave and Buster's outside of like Time Crisis, yeah, Dave and Buster's selection is horrible.
Yeah, it is because there's one near me that actually had Mario Kart in it for a while, but then they got rid of it. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
One over by me, the closest, the second closest one to me had Mario Kart, and they got rid of it. I'm like, why did you get rid of that?
Yeah,
like that's nowhere. Why did you get rid of that?
And it was the one that had Pac-Man on it. So I think it was the GP. I think it was that one. I'm like, y'all stupid.
Yeah, GP.
Yeah, y'all dumb as hell. But yeah. But yeah, I would love for the arcades to make a comeback. It's just one of them situations. I don't know how you would do that in a way that would be to make consistent money.
Oh, that's easy. It's very easy. You put games there for a certain amount of time before they come out. I think that's always like the lucrative draw of like, let's say for example, because Virtue Fighter is kind of like that next one that's coming up. I don't think it's out in full yet. If you said, all right, before it comes to PS5, Xbox, wherever, it's in arcades, like go play it right now, and here's a list of the nearest arcades we put them in, so that way people don't have to go on a freaking Easter egg hunt. Like just let them know where it's at. And then it's like, all right, cool, we're enticed to go back in there. I think the time exclusivity that while we don't care for it on console, I think it'll be amazing to put in arcades to at least get like a fan base up first, and then when it drops on console, then yeah, cool, we can go ahead and do it, because there is no way of truly doing it on console right now, not for real. It's like, all right, cool, send them to the arcade, let them play this game, let them try it out, let a business get some money, and then they do a big push. They continue to push the game, and then whenever it gets ready to drop, bam, there you go. You got a taste of it, but at the same time, it's like, all right, cool, you also helped out a business with the arcade. It's just a funneling business, similar to how Blockbuster and Movie Gallery and them were.
Yeah, that's true.
We really need the industry for arcade to come back for that to be doable, though. And it wouldn't be a bad idea. We need the industry for that to come back, because then you see a lot of the old stuff that we used to see, a lot of the shoot 'em ups and all that stuff. You see a lot more of them happening because those were in the arcade all the time.
Right.
And plus, we don't get that many like games now anyway.
Yeah,
I think about it.
We don't. But say what you want about Street Fighter 5, but I think it would have fared better if it had an arcade variant that people could play first before it got sent to console.
I think what it should have did would have had that before it went to console. Because the main reason I went to console, because certain people in the FGC wanted it, and Capcom knew it wasn't ready. And I'm like, that was foolish on their part. That was foolish on their part. Because that's wild. That they did that. But yeah, it's a lot of mitigating factors in that. But it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah.
It's just one of those situations, like, and then you kind of have to have you have to have the game industry actually
serve it.
Yeah, they have to actually be about it. And I'm like, from a non-biased standpoint, like, because the problem now is like, the console war does not do anybody any favors unless you are
No.
a game journalist or whatever, or you're trying to run a site.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that serves a console war. It did like the Sega Nintendo rivalry. What people misunderstand about that, they think it was a war. It wasn't a war. It was a rivalry.
No.
They pushed each other to get better. It wasn't that they kept games off of systems for entire console generations and claiming it was exclusive. They and now all of a sudden, because you're getting investigated by the FCC. Oh yeah, the game's out now. I don't know what you're talking about. Exclusivity. What y'all talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
with Sega and Nintendo, each of them had their own version of the same. It wasn't even always the same game, but they would each get a version of a game within the same franchise. So if you played on one console, you had one version. If you played on the other console, you had the other. And if you had both, you had access to all of it.
Yeah. Like one of my favorite examples was Super NES got X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. Genesis got X-Men Blood Ties. Blood Ties actually had Bishop in it. But Mutant Apocalypse had Omega Red and Psylocke and Gambit.
And well, I was about to say Beast, but Beast was in X-Men too.
Yeah, Beast was
Genesis,
in,
so that would have been
too. But J Biggs, you're absolutely correct. Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist. I mean, that's another it wasn't a situation where you had companies keeping stuff off of other systems. It was the companies got the game, but they just got a different version of it. Or
you got that? Yeah, let me get something like that on mine.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be the same, but it's gonna be just enough. I
think the closest we had to that most recently, and sadly, this has been a couple decades now, was the Wii getting different versions of games from 360 and PS3.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's the last time we had that.
Yeah, that is the last time we had it. Because after that, because look, it ain't no exaggeration to say the Wii spanked PS3 and 360.
Yeah,
it ain't no exaggeration to say that. So after that, that's when stuff started getting put in place to basically be like, keep stuff off of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just one of them situations. Now, my question for y'all is, seeing as how we're taking this nice little yaunt down memory lane, which of your first gaming TVs messed up your eyes? Was it the 13 or the 19 inch?
13. 13.
I was 13. I had a white 13 inch.
I gotta remember what size it was though, because it was one of the floor units we had in the living room. So I want to say it was like 20 something, because it wasn't 32. I know for a fact it wasn't 32, but because the unit around the TV was bigger than anything. It was
it was like an oak. It was straight up like a wood oak furnished thing.
And then and the speakers on the side were the cloth. So we had that one, and you try to move that if you want to.
I remember them gargantuan TVs.
Man, let me tell you how
one of those.
How serious that was. Not only did we have that, but then across the living room, my grandfather had this big wooden Chester. It was huge. I just thought it was a table because that's what they had pictures on. But then when you come to find out, it was an entertainment center, because you will lift it up and it had the 8-track player and the record player in there. I was like, excuse me? Took up the whole wall. I was like, this is ridiculous. But the speakers were built in on the front. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, them TVs was something different. But it was a different ball game when we got our own. We got our own little 19-inch TV with the composite cables in the front. Yeah,
I had when I went to college, I got my 19-inch. My first TV was a 13-inch black and white. That's what I had my Super NES hooked up to.
Wow.
Playing Legend of Zelda and Killing Instinct on that.
You suffered. You suffered horribly with that black and white.
I'm sitting up like this. I'm playing though.
Right.
You couldn't without the color, you could barely tell certain things apart.
Dude, playing Link to the Past on a black and white TV.
Ooh, trying to select the fire and the ice rod.
Yeah. I'm like, It's working. Oh, because you picked the wrong one, dummy.
Oh man, that had to be horrible. Now I remember I had a 13-inch tube TV that still had the dials up
Oh,
until Dreamcast.
wow.
It worked all the way up until Dreamcast, and I was playing Dreamcast on that TV. Even had the little piece to convert for the RF for the antenna.
Yeah.
I even had, and it worked. It worked until that TV all at once. It went black and white one week, then the next week it just died. That was
Wow.
look. I done lasted y'all for like 15 years, bro. I gotta get some rest. That TV, it had great color and everything, but it just think about that loud clicking, turning the dial. Like,
Yep, that's pretty much how that works. Yeah, because I don't even know what happened. What did happen? I guess something happened after I went to college, because I had it all the way through high school until I went to college. And when I went to college, when I got my job in college, that's when I bought my first 19-inch color TV. I was proud of myself because I actually got to sit back that time.
enjoy
like,
that.
look, I can enjoy looking at this from a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you one thing that I didn't even think about until me and my cousin, we had a conversation about this. I think I was one of the very first in my group to actually do some type of streaming, if you will. And it was like, because when we thought about it, we had just gotten a VCR, not like the regular ones that you had to actually go up and press the buttons, but this one came with a remote. So it was a double win, because our regular TV had the knobs. They didn't have a remote. So you didn't have to get up and turn the TV no more, because the VCR was plugged up to the TV and you just funneled everything through the VCR. So what we did then was we would take the VHS tapes, put them in there, and then record our gameplay. And so we can go back and watch our gameplay back. And my grandmother found some of the tapes. And it was so interesting to see. Like, we used to record everything. You have like the front half of the tape be gameplay, second half would be like Dragon Ball Z, the episode that day, along with the commercials.
Just blending everything together.
Hey, you were short on tapes. It's not like we could go and buy them. Like, we just found them and recorded over everybody's stuff. If you didn't have a label, it was getting recorded over. Like, it was
pretty
simple
much.
as that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That would have made me mad though. Somebody would record a gameplay and then you'd be right in the middle of an episode after that gameplay ended. I'd have been mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, bro. You ain't know what like. Who wiped out the Cell Saga, dog? Who did that?
You hear like the narrator, next time on Dragon Ball Z, and then go straight to the gameplay. Like, what?
Like, I was watching Dragon Ball. How the hell am I watching Super Mario Brothers now?
Let's just say like that
who
happened.
was playing that?
Let's just say that happened, but it was more on the lines of, it wasn't our tape, it was my uncle's tape, and he had some content on there, and he wasn't too happy about about getting ready to prepare for something, and then like, what the hell is this? Like, yeah, my bad, big dog. I ain't know what that was. You're supposed to label stuff like that.
Hey, look, like you didn't put it in no discreet box anywhere, and it wasn't labeled. That was free game, bro. That was free game.
I mean, that South Park episode where they had where the parents got the kids like Lord of the Rings, and they got a porno, but they switched the dog on. That was a messed up episode, but funny. It was a messed up episode.
Boy, he was hot that day. I didn't understand at the time either. I was like, "What are you mad about?"
Yeah, what are you mad about? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
But he couldn't say nothing because he knew he wasn't supposed to have it in the house. So he was like, he just had to take that L. Yeah, take that. I didn't find out until later on what it was. I was like, "Ooh, okay, I got you." All right,
my bad, folks. My bad,
dog.
That's on me.
I would have been pissed off too, because that stuff wasn't easy to come by. It was like, you had to know somebody, or either you had to be bold enough to walk in them stores and get it.
Yeah, you had to know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah.
That's too funny, man. That's too funny. Because I never thought of like recording the gameplay. I never thought of that.
Yeah, we thought about it like after we start doing the episodes, because we used to record Dragon Ball Z and then we would draw. Like, we'll pause it so we can draw. And of course, the pause had a timer on it, so you had to be quick with it.
Oh, but, yeah, you didn't have all day.
No, not at all.
You didn't have all day. That's one thing about them CRT TVs. Where back then, like you ain't have all day to do what you want to do.
Nah, not even close.
No, you better come back here and finish what you're doing. Pause this movie if you want to. All right, they'll be here when you get back.
Boy, when I found that out, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what happened to the movie?" Then it turned off. You was on stage too long. Yeah. I was like, "Oh shoot, I ain't know that. I ain't know I had a timer on it."
Yep. J Biggs, like most people didn't move them flow models. Like I've seen people that move out of a house and left the flow model there. They just left it. They left the floor. They're like, yeah, we'll just get another one. We get to the new place. I ain't even. I'm not finna. I ain't carrying this. It ain't but two of us. I ain't carrying this. We'll just leave it here for them. They can have it.
Especially the really really big ones, like the fancy ones that came out a little bit later on. The big screens, I was like, yeah, y'all can leave that. I only knew a few that had wheels on them.
Yeah, but, it wasn't that because it wasn't that many of them.
No, it wasn't.
Like when you put it like this right here. If you had a flow model, ain't no way in the world your girlfriend or wife gonna have you moving it all over the place because you wasn't doing it.
No.
It was going one place. You gonna tell us where you wanted it, and that's where we dropping it because we ain't moving it no more.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, which even with the 19s and up, you still didn't want to move them things because they were so heavy.
Because it was solid oak. It wasn't like
bro.
It was straight. There's a difference between solid oak and that far wood stuff that they was using that was real light. Nah, it was solid oak. And all I know is for the 27s had that. It was the straight up solid oak with the speakers on the side. You wasn't lifting that.
No. And the thing is, like, even with the black ones that came out a little bit later that wasn't wood, those things as a kid, that still was heavy to pick up. I remember I was trying to
remind me, those were the ones that actually had like the subwoofers and all that on the top and the bottom, right?
Some of them did. Okay. Yeah, some of them did.
Yeah, that one.
Like the small ones we had, like we had the what was the name of that freaking company? Was it Panasonic?
Might be Panasonic or Westinghouse.
Yeah,
them the two that I know.
So we had like a 19 one, and I remember we always had them sitting in like a wooden entertainment center because they had like a slot for the TVs. And I remember I had to always had to like shuffle it to the side a little bit so I can get to the back to plug in an RF cable. I used to hate it, so we started getting to a point to where it was Magnavox. So we got to a point to where we started just lifting it up to take it off because it was too much of a pain. Yeah. And I remember one day I had one in my room, picked it up, and I set it down on my bed. Now, mind you, I thought it was on my bed just fine, and it was like face down on the glass, so because I didn't want to sit up straight. So I set it down so I can get everything situated. All I hear behind me, boom, tss, and it's sliding across the floor. I was like, "You got to be freaking kidding me!" Shattered the whole screen. I was like, "You got to." And it's so that thing was so heavy because you full on knee squat. Hold that thing.
Yeah. Like, cause like when I got my 19-inch, I was because it wasn't like it was awkward, but it wasn't heavy.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. And like the cables was in the front, the outlets was in the front. So I didn't. I made sure when I looked, I was like, and I got the last one because I will never forget. It was the first week of my sophomore year, so it was 99.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey man, we was at Walmart. I got the last one because everybody was looking for the ones with the cables in the front. I'm like, nope, mine got it. Got it. So yeah, got back to the crib. Everything was fine because by that time I got my apartment, and because I wasn't living in the dorm anymore after that. And I was just like, yeah, this is great because that's when I got my little makeshift entertainment center, which was that thing was horrible. That thing was so cheap, but it did the job, man. As a matter of fact, because that TV actually lasted till 2022 because it was in my room back home, and my brother's kids every time they came home, they'd hook up the N64 and the Dreamcast before it died, and they would play it on that. And then it finally died like 2022. The screen went out finally.
Yeah.
So I think the tube finally broke in it. So and it costs too much to replace those. So like, yeah, we just trashing it. We just trashed that the one. So yeah, Wilson, you are absolutely correct. The stand weighs more than TV now. I got a 60-inch flat screen, and my stand weighs more than that. I got it sitting on.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. Takes two people to lift the stand in. It takes one person to put the extra TV together. That makes no sense. But hey, it is what it is. But at least I ain't got no 27-inch flow model, full oak with the speakers and a record player on top that I can't move at all with 5 people.
Like, hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of miss it low key. I don't want it, but I kind of miss it.
Yeah. You miss it now until you gotta move. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give the new owners their very own flat screen, their very own flow model TV. You know what? Because I'm so happy that y'all bought the house, I'm gonna let y'all have this nice flow model TV.
There you go, free of charge. I ain't taking nothing nowhere. You hear me?
All they hear is the tires burning out. You ain't trying to carry that mess. Yeah, but I mean, it's funny now.
For sure.
Looking back on it, but dude, that just was hell, man. It was hell back in the day, dude.
All to play video games, bro.
Like, or get your VCR or DVD player to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because, bro, and plus you had to find the cables. And
yep,
like I said, God forbid that them just in the back. You wanted them in the front because if it was in the back, you ain't getting back there.
Nah, not even close.
Not unless you pulled it out from the wall, which didn't make no sense.
At all.
Honestly, it never made sense to pull it out from the wall because, like, what was the point of pulling it out from the wall? That thing was meant to be flush against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't meant to be out. So yeah, that was just fun in and of itself. That was just fun in and of itself. So before we get out of here tonight, I do want to talk about a couple things that happened this past week, and I'm trying to remember because I know we got a lot of stuff coming out, and it's one of those situations where it's like, some stuff just ain't gonna get got. Like just some stuff just ain't gonna get got. It is what it is. The GTA 6 thing, because people are losing their mind over that. Okay,
I don't know why.
First of all, if that game's supposed to be all it's supposed to be, everybody saying can't nothing play it. Wouldn't you like a delay to make sure it actually worked? Because you don't want to replay a GTA 5 where the thing didn't work the first 6-7 months.
It's still gonna be like that.
And then you couldn't even play online.
It's still gonna be like that. I just really need people to have some type of expectation. Online is not gonna be there day one. It's not. And if it is, I'd be surprised, but I'm gonna bet 99% it's not gonna be there.
Personally, I'm surprised they ain't re-releasing GTA 5 again.
Oh, give them time.
There will definitely be another GTA 5 release.
Yeah, give them time.
Okay, just because we heard you fans that you are a little bit upset about us having to push back GTA 6. So in the meantime, please play the special PS5 Pro Xbox Series X version of GTA 5.
Oh, they already did the upgrade, didn't they?
For $185.
Oh, man,
but and 19 cents. What?
My thing is this: like, hey, apparently, I mean, the fan base is still playing it. I mean, I get it, wanting a new game, but it's definitely one of those things to where I've kind of fallen out of the lore, or not even the lore, but just like the fandom of GTA, because I think the idea of it, of what made it so appealing, is kind of gone because everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of, and then you had other games started doing it better.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I will say this: like, I fell in love with True Crime Streets at LA.
It did it better.
Yeah. So you had other games took the took what they did and just made it better. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of GTA. I think the only one I really liked was Vice City, and I like that because of the music.
Mine was Vice and San Andreas, but other than that,
Vice City and San Andreas was my favorite ones. I mean, 4 wasn't bad, but I have 5 and have yet to play it.
Yeah. I've bought 5 so many times, and I get further every time, like a little bit further every time, and then I just put it down because it's not like I said, the novelty of that game is worn off. Like it's cool, you get to blow stuff up, you get to shoot stuff, you get to steal cars. That's all cool for teenage me. Like adult me, I don't care anymore. Like I genuinely don't care
anymore. And I think that's the other thing too, because like once you get out a certain mindset, dude, you just don't care no more.
You don't. And I get it. It has its fan base. People still like to do it. And, apparently the online is just amazing. My dad raves over it. But I'm not in the realm of going to go do all of that online, do the bank heist stuff as well as pay insurance for my cars on a video game.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Like, kudos to people that like it. I'm not faulting or shaming anybody for liking the game. It's just what drew me to GTA when I was in school doesn't draw me to it now, solely because 1 has been overdone, and then 2, it's like, all right, we've advanced so much further past that. I'm now looking for that next thing of like, what's that wow thing we haven't done yet? And really what it would be to me, not to just leave it blank, would just be better AI in games, the CPU being smarter. It's just that would blow my mind if CPU had personality.
Or my personal favorite, if stuff went back to 40 to 80 hours.
That too.
I think honestly, what would do it for GTA 6 for me, and this would be the most random thing for them to put in there, but I don't put it beyond Rockstar to do it. But make NPCs remember you.
Yeah, they have the ability to do it.
Make NPCs remember you. So if you picked with this one NPC and they see you again, it's on site. It's on site when they see you. Or if you've done it enough and they see you, they just take off running.
Oh yeah, if you that bad,
have some of them have a grudge with you, some of them be scared, or maybe even when you're doing missions, they just randomly appear and mess with the mission.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, just to make it feel more like they're actually living in the world. If they did that would draw me right back in.
There are some games that sort of kind of flirt with that, but they flirt with it from a level perspective. So it's like, hey, look, you're in this area that has level 5 or level 6, whatever, and here you come at level 30. They're not fighting you. If anything, they're just going to ignore you or they're going to run away. But I get where you're coming from with GTA, because GTA doesn't have like a leveling system.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, I've come through here, I wiped your whole gang out, and then on top of that, I've taken over everything here. Don't test me, because you know what I can do. As a matter of fact, do you want me to show you what I can do real fast? I think that'd be pretty dope.
But that would be the thing that would make it interesting, because if they see that you didn't got all this stuff and they just decide on the revenge plot.
Right.
It's like, oh, you a kingpin now?
Yeah.
All right, let me run through your gang like you did mine.
But it feels like there were so many games that were on the cusp of that. Like we think about the Mafias, the Saints Rows, Grand Theft Autos, even Scarface. Like it felt like they were almost there, but then it starts getting repetitive at some point because they never took it further. It was always like, all right, cool, I took over this area. Like for example, San Andreas. You go and you take over an area, and they're like, okay, cool, your spot's being hit. That spot's getting taken over if you don't get over there. Your gang is not well equipped enough to hold down a fort, like not even close.
That is also a problem. That's something that they would have to also implement. Actually have you upgrade your gang so that they get to a certain point, like equip them with the proper gear to be able to protect the place without you being there. Like you get the report. You get the call in, hey, we got this going on. You can come and help if you want, but we got it.
Yeah.
Like basically,
or if they know they're not equipped enough, bro.
Hey, bro,
I'm scared.
Get over here, man. Look, we got them. We hold them for another 5-6 minutes. You don't get on over here. You don't get over here, we abandoning Fort, bro.
If you don't get over
Just
here,
giving
it
you
to
like
him.
it is.
look, Tony done already left. Tony is
Right.
Tony and
Hey,
Nathan already
look,
left. So
your right hand man out here, Sasuke, he done already dipped on
yeah,
you, man.
he did. He gone.
Which then
He did before we even knew we was getting hit. So I think he told him.
which then leads to like having people trade on you, like
Yeah.
really have it set up to where you running everything, and lo and behold, your right hand man has been like setting up this whole plot to take over everything you got,
Yeah.
and you really got to figure it out for it not to go left.
But it's not something that's tied to the game's story.
There
It's
you go.
just how
Yeah.
the game operates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's when you have to introduce him to the Reigns of Casterman and let him know that the Lannister always repays his debt.
But I'm just saying though, that would make for that would actually make for some very interesting content for people that play Grand Theft Auto on top of that.
Mhm.
Because you got people who play it just to build an audience. Like, who wouldn't want to be able to be watching their favorite GTA streamer? For the people that enjoy it, who wouldn't want to be watching their favorite GTA streamer? He get in and somehow his whole compound then been taken over, and he now he has to stealthily work his way through it and get it back. But it's not main story, it's just the world.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that'd be dope. Like if they can actually pull that off. And I feel like too, I've always done this in games, and I don't know if y'all do the same thing. You'll be in a game and they're like, "Oh, you got to hurry up and get over here, like otherwise it's gonna get serious." In reality, you can take your dear sweet ass time. Like you don't have to really get over there. Like,
No, you
but
really
I would
don't.
like for a game to genuinely say, "Hey, look, here's this timer. If you don't get over there in this amount of time, everybody gonna be wiped out over there on that side." Like it's just what it's gonna be, and you got to start from scratch, my boy.
Actually, I got to a part in Age of Imprisonment where you do have like certain missions. You got 4 battles to get over there. Like if you do like that, because you can lose small spoiler, but it really ain't really a spoiler if you play Tears of the Kingdom. You know Ganondorf becomes Demon King.
Yeah.
So you have like places where you liberate. He's pretty much fighting to take it back over. So there's certain missions where you like, hey, you have 5 battles left before, if you don't get over here by the 3rd battle, or by the time this battle's over with, you're gonna lose that place. You got to do that whole sequence all over again.
Oof,
I'm not taking that chance. I take it.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
See, I like stuff like that. Now, granted, I know they can't do this in Age of Imprisonment, but for something like a Grand Theft Auto, let that be the consequence. Don't start me over and say try again. Let that just be what it is, and I'll have to eat the L.
Yeah, you have to eat the L. Yeah. So,
but do that, and also set it up so that you integrate that into your online mode, so people can do that to each other.
There you go. Yeah.
So make it work in single player by itself, but then expand it so your multiplayer does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the only thing I hope with 6 is if they're gonna go online, have that mode. Don't do what you did last time. Release that game knowing that online didn't work. Don't do that.
Hey, don't tell them that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or better yet, just separate GTA Online from the series.
Yeah,
like I keep saying that Call of Duty should do. Separate your online.
They wouldn't make.
You already got your multiplayer game. Just do your campaign single player. Then you can charge a lower price for your game and make people happy, and then they'll sing your praises because you're not spending as much money on making it. But
or
sounds like smart.
Or the campaign won't be 300 gigs.
That too. That too. Because I mean, when you think about like games like 2K, Madden, even GTA Online, those could really be free to play if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Because you spend so much money on like the cosmetics and everything else within the game. But would they do it? I really don't know.
Even if they didn't make it free to play, even if you just sold the multiplayer by itself, it's still a separate thing. Just let it be a separate thing. At this point, there are so many games that have a single player and a multiplayer aspect. You could just take the multiplayer aspect from it and make it its own thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably where 343 kept freaking screwing up with freaking Halo. They should have just made the multiplayer separate.
Well,
just make the multiplayer a separate thing.
Well, that and the fact that they kept wanting to do they wanted to make a hero shooter. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. You are Halo. You You don't need to be Overwatch. You don't need
You're
to
the
be
leader.
Fortnite. You are
That's
Halo.
what you could have done with your multiplayer because Halo technically pioneered that anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but that's what I'm saying. Like if you're Halo, you're trying to go back and do that. That doesn't make sense.
At
That's
all.
like
No,
when
no.
people. That's like when people be saying, "Oh, we need a live action adaptation of Tomb Raider." Y'all do know that got started because of Indiana Jones, right?
Nope, they don't
But
know
you
that.
already have Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you already have Indiana Jones. But okay, all right, whatever. It's like, whatever. Then you go watch the movie, then you're mad because it ain't Indiana Jones. It's not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That being said, but yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I just got a bad feeling, even when GTA 6 does come out, it's gonna get the Last of Us treatment.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They gonna make their money back.
No, it's going. No, it's not going to get the Last of Us treatment. It's going to get the GTA 5 treatment.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you ain't got to go far.
They
gonna-
like, hey, Grandpa, can I do what you did?
Right.
Bro, they are not. They every time something come out, it's gonna get another release.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Gonna get another release, a couple extra updates, and they gonna call it a day.
yeah, they gonna find a way to make their money back because I'm pretty sure that game is probably way over budget by now, way over budget. Just because I'm pretty sure they didn't sink. They probably synced a decent amount, but it's been what? Because that was originally supposed to come out 3 years ago. I think they said.
Which one?
Mm-hmm.
6. They was talking about it was originally supposed to be like 2023 or something like that, but then the pandemic hit and shifted everything back.
Yeah,
and now it's getting again. So I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure that game is way over budget.
Look,
So
it got pushed back, and they had some other ideas.
yeah, yeah. So it's one of them situations, but hey, it is what it is. All right, Pete. Got my email from the Game Awards. So Game Awards is December 11th. So
Keely's.
yep, we're gonna be getting ready
Time for some roasted Keely.
Yes, our annual show that where we celebrate. What? Let me stop lying. Where we make fun of.
Bring your marshmallows.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hot.
Yeah. So, we will be talking some more about that in the coming weeks, just because it is getting that time, and it is close to the end of the year. We are in November, so yeah, Thanksgiving is in a couple weeks. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, this year I feel like it's been flying past for real. So we'll be updating everybody once me and the crew talk. We'll be updating everybody about how our streaming schedule going to look, because we haven't been taking a lot of days off this year, so we're going to be taking a few weeks off, especially Christmas time this year. Probably just gonna do the live stream reaction to the Game Awards, and that's probably going to be the last thing for the year, just because it's going to be 3 weeks. We might as well just give everybody 3 weeks to chill, and we'll just do like random stuff. Like I'll probably put some gameplays up, stuff like that. So because I should have my new capture card by then. Fingers crossed. Okay. I should have my new capture card by then. So it's going to be Miss K, it is December the 11th it says 8:00 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So probably gonna start around like 7:30, like he did last year when he did the pre-show. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna go till midnight. That's why I took the 12th off from work. Every time every time they say, "Oh, we've streamlined it. It's only gonna be this." Nah, it always winds up going to 12. So it is what
we sing.
Yeah, because they're on the West Coast, so
yeah.
By the time they get out there, it's gonna be 9:00.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah, it works out for them. It don't work out for us over here on the East Coast. So, yeah, but we'll be letting you guys know more as we get closer to that time and all that other good stuff. So, Jack, anything you want to pimp out?
Nah, man. Just everybody enjoy your holidays. If you're trying to fly out, good luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be safe for the holidays, man.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, if you guys are traveling, especially if you're flying, be careful, peeps.
Yeah.
Be careful. Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
Nothing yet. Just trying to get everything set to get these daggone videos I had already primed on my other computer out.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like, God dang it. It just had to do that at the wrong time.
That's how it worked.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how that goes. All right. Check the channel. I do have a boss battle video coming out on Tuesday. So check the channel for that. I'll probably throw some more gameplay up of Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, and I'm gonna probably throw some more gameplay up of South of Midnight as well. In the coming couple days. So just be on the lookout for that. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, people.
Peace.
Peace.